Welcome back. I'm Adrian Pavata alongside me, my co-host Angelo Petroso, and we are proudly sponsored by SSA Custom Designs and FLM Attorneys. So, this week, crazy weekend we had.
Episode
17?
16 was in the past.
Yeah.
Episode 17 is here. In ander woorde, ons is
Binne. We obviously have a excellent or a great host that's obviously a champion. Eh?
yes.
He's a champion.
Talk about it.
He's a champion.
Los Angeles.
He's all the way from the Strand.
to go one in Los Angeles. Talk about it. Talk about it. What a phenomenal person. What a great person. We've played together, but he jumped the gun to the higher stages, higher pools. He's playing against top class people. But don't forget, he's also a top class player.
100%.
Oh my word.
100%.
Like a knife to the butter. Talk about it.
But wait, before you do anything, click that subscribe button. Like, share, and obviously subscribe. Please, show us some love. We show you love with all the great content we show you guys. Obviously, we're going to jump right into it. We're going to show you guys some results of this past weekend, Club Rugby or Super Rugby. And then obviously the SA Cup is coming to a close. And there's 4 teams that qualified for the Curry Cup. And there was one of the teams that we were constantly speaking about, and that is, what team?
Ianland.
In this Boland.
Dis Boland.
Dis Boland.
Mama vat my huis toe. Mama vat my huis toe.
Congratulations to Boland for qualifying for the Curry Cup. We all saw it was gonna happen, and
here we go.
Shout out to Amir Hendricks and Lucian and all of those people there. Well done. And then we're gonna show you guys some fixtures, some Super Rugby, obviously the SA Cup semi-finals, and then URC and the Stormers kook.
Talk about it.
Flames.
Well, I guess we back at the Stormers or what?
I'm not too sure. Eh?
Okay, let's leave it to you.
Yeah.
Leave the answer to you. Here we go. All 8 family, episode 17. Tristan Leyds is in the building, aka Benji Leyds, aka the Leopard. We call him the Leopard,
aka Legend.
Legend.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Leyds, welcome here and thank you for your time. I know you're off of resting after winning, but we just want to use the opportunity to say thank you for your time. And we sing forward to have you here.
Yeah.
Episode 17.
Good to be back with the lads. Good to be back with the lads. You know
Yes, here we go. Legend. Oh, Leyds. Tristan Leyds to start with. Who is Tristan Leyds?
Yeah, just a young guy. Grew up, born and raised in Strand, and managed to grab a couple of opportunities that came my way, and eventually hit a bit of a downfall, I'd say, and I picked myself up and managed to get to some would call it the top, but managed to get to a level where I'm enjoying the competitiveness.
And Legend, so how did growing up in Strand shape your rugby journey? Because I know obviously your dad is a rugby legend, and your brother was obviously also somebody that was like a role model to you. So how did that shape your overall rugby career? Because there's great rugby players from Strand.
Yeah, you can name it. Damian Willemse just obviously played his 100th game for the Stormers. It's something pretty special and something every kid from Cape Town actually dreams about. So congratulations to him firstly. But yeah, the rugby in Strand is quite a big thing. Well, I wouldn't say quite a big thing, it's a very big thing.
It's the thing.
On Saturdays, I think everyone does their grocery shopping from 8 till about 11:30, and then from there onwards everything gathers on to the rugby field. So if you're looking for someone after 12 in the afternoon on a Saturday, you know where to find him. You're not going to find him at home, but you know where to find him. So yeah, and it was a big part of our family. My mother's brothers also played rugby. One's a 9, one's a 10. Her father was a really famous 10 back in Strand in his day. If I get a lot of old people around, they joke around and say my grandfather was better.
That's definitely a good question. What was his nickname? All the stars have nicknames.
Yeah, my grandfather's nickname was Bari.
Bari.
Bari. Yeah, so he kind of, I would say that the bar's been set high at before I was even born. Cousins and all of them, they also rugby players, so everyone kind of try pushes the bar a bit higher. And then eventually, my dad also played, so I got to watch him at a young age. Obviously playing in the like in goal area, you know, trying to be the best. I think that's where things just evolved. Trying to make a step up, getting to a level of competitiveness that really tests your character, and yeah, things didn't work out as the way I planned for the first time at the Stormers. Managed to get a lot of Currie Cup games in my time there, and I think the move to the Blitzboks has been very rewarding in my life, and that's just looking at the last 12 months.
And would you say that's your home now?
Yeah, for now, focused on the job at hand there, so I'm staying there till, yeah, can't put a number on it or a date on it.
They
but
say hulle moet nog steeds so maak aan my.
yeah, putting my all into it for the time that I have the privilege to wear the jersey.
100%.
Lala Ganjan, it means never sleep on the job. Never sleep on the job. Well done, Leyds, on that one. So, Leyds, what was it like playing Varsity Shield and Varsity Cup for UWC? And we played 2 seasons together.
Yeah, yeah. I think those moments were pretty special. We had the likes of Curly Aronson as well. Was blessed to have him on the wing.
She'll finish it.
Yeah, for me it would just be pass and run back to the spot. You know, he just finished everything. We had a couple of guys that steered the team pretty awesome. Guys in pivotal positions. Yeah, Shield was special. I mean, for me, coming back after a huge injury and then getting to put 50 points on almost every team, if not every team. I mean, that's an easy way coming back from a big injury. And then taking it to the next level, getting smashed 50 points.
Was tough. That season was tough.
Yeah.
We got a W at least.
I think, yeah, what was most important was not to leave or get relegated.
Yeah.
I think that was the first job.
Yeah.
And then I think it got to a point where we kind of trusted what we have in the sense of trying to get a W. And I must say that was a pretty special W. But I think definitely that Varsity Cup year, my favorite game. It's
And was that the DC?
It's between the
The Puck.
Marty's game, the Puck game, and
I think for me
And
personally,
First game,
UJ.
yeah.
UJ, we beat UJ.
UJ we beat, but I think for me personally those 3 games was one
But
of the,
we scored 4 9-point tries, I think.
I think we scored about
in Joburg.
35 to 40 points in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we were behind like 50.
Yeah.
I think all of those games, I think just the Puck struggled a bit against us.
Yeah.
I think the Puck score was like the lowest, or
Yeah, I think they ran
72
away.
or something.
They ran away in the first half, and then
Yeah.
we catched up
I
with
think
the 9
obviously we
pointers.
got an 80 at the DC, but
Yeah, but we at least
were
got a
still tearing
bonus.
up. Yeah, we
We
were
got a
still
bonus.
tearing it up.
We got a bonus.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can remember that game. We played Shimlas at home. They were leading us like, I can't remember, 40 something to, I lie now, say like in the teens. And
We actually lost that game by like less than 10 points or 10 points.
probably, yeah, but we were like playing on a high tempo, and I remember I turned over the ball in the, I think between the 10 and the 22, and you and Labib Kanamaya wanted to quick tap, and I told you guys, I can't anymore. Let's just slow it down, please.
We were privileged to have a little
Bebo.
sniper there as well on 9. I think he scored that sealer, yeah. Tried to seal the deal.
Against UJ.
UJ nailed in the
definitely,
coffin, snipes
yeah.
it on the
Leyds,
breakdown, yeah.
just one more question from me on this topic of UWC and Varsity Shield and Varsity Cup. Do you think that the Varsity Shield and the Varsity Cup lay a great foundation for you to playing where you currently at?
I think for me personally, after my big injury, coming back to UWC was kind of the way of me finding myself again. Because yeah, I mean, an eye socket injury isn't easy to come back from. It's not a lot of rehab, but it's not easy to come back from. I think I got a shot in the face in that first game against Walter Sisulu, and I was just like feeling if there's blood or not. But yeah, I think it was a good stepping stone for me. I also, in between Varsity Shield and Varsity Cup, had a go at a bit of a Varsity Sevens, which I learned a lot of lessons. I think I got smoked in 2 of those games. Yeah, and I don't want to look back to now. But yeah, definitely. And then I think where I found my character the most was a couple of Super A games we played.
Yes, that's what I wanted to get to. Yes, I wanted to get to. Yes.
I still joke around till this day that I think the toughest league I've played in is the Super A, but I think that's just because all the people are a bit older and they were going.
There's no way to go, right? There's no way to go.
Yeah, they were going for us at that point. But yeah, I think my character is what I built in the Super A. Although it was just 5 games or 4 games, but I look back to those moments. I think that's where I had to have the most grit and kind of like FU attitude. Because no one's gonna help you then.
There is no way.
And then I go, no one can help you.
I totally agree with you, eh?
Did you play that game against Abby's?
I played.
When we beat them. You played Tira. I know you played Tira.
I played Tigerberg in the cage. I played. Who did we lose to at Eagles? We lost 40, 38. We lost 40-38. I think it was Durbell. Could be Durbell.
Could be.
Did they have an 8-man Ruan?
Yes.
Yeah,
Could be. Yes.
I remember him running over myself and Adi a couple of times.
That was his speed.
Yeah, but
It was a different breed.
But see, that game we also gave him a couple of warnings in the racks. He needs to stop now. I think, yeah. And then I also played, I think Coach Chester put me on and Bola put me on for like 20 minutes against St. George's.
Oh, that night game.
I think that was a midweek game. I think that was the game, like, I think I if I can remember properly, before they said I'm allowed to play in the Super A, I was like, I don't care if I don't play any other game, but that game I want to play.
Lulu voice.
That's like, that's playing against our home team. Yeah, that's
your
playing
neighbors.
against our home, or not home team, but my neighbors. Soos hy die mondjie is blou of rooi.
Maar hoe big?
En ek is hier rooi nie, come on. I just had to, and then yeah, I got like 20 minutes. I think it was a tight game though. Nothing happened besides I think Aiden kicking a 3-pointer from halfway to seal it. I don't know why they didn't go for poles though. I still joke around today. It's like if I was in your
But they had a
position,
decent team. I
I'd
think
draw the game.
Dale Wilson played there.
Yeah, that was the.
Dale and Kabamba and
I think that was
Oti.
that was the top team they had for a while.
They had a decent.
Yeah, I don't think they.
Yeah.
I don't want to say because I don't know. I'm speaking under correction, but I think that was the best season they've had so far.
Mm-hmm.
Then now they did in the last 3 seasons.
They were up and down. They
and
beat
down.
Falsville last year. So
I
they
know.
beat Martis and UCT either last year or the year before. So
And
they're doing
importance
well.
in the friendlies.
Yeah, so they're doing well, and they beat us in the friendly. So they're doing well. And then if we look at your overall journeys thus far, what is one of the most memorable moments you would say is your standout moment? I think I know your answer. But
Do you want to try?
I want to try
Go.
Olympics.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's something you think about. You know, I was at the 15s thinking about, I was an athlete, let me start there.
Yeah.
So obviously growing up in school and you think like, if you could at athletics, you could possibly make it.
Yeah.
And I had some people that I ran with, mate, I think if they get given it a go, they would have somewhere gotten along those lines or gotten the reward. Yeah, but then I think the change to sevens when that opportunity came in, it was like, okay, the opportunity is here and it's within reach. It is possible. You just need to work for it. it's not going to come as easy. Obviously, if I stayed at the 15s, it wouldn't have been possible. And I think, yeah, just joined, I think 10 months, yeah, could have been 10 or, yeah, 10 months just before the Olympics. I joined the sevens. Tried to make the team for Africa Games, wasn't successful. Tried to make the team after that for Dubai and Cape Town, wasn't successful. Eventually got a breakthrough in January in Perth, and that's where I kind of like, I had to get a feel for it to know if I'm going to be able to go, if I'm actually up for it. And obviously used my tournaments as we were going through the season to kind of gain confidence and learn the game and all that. And eventually we had to go to Monaco to actually qualify. It was like last chance. And I think that's where I can say that's the first tournament where they've put big responsibility on me, especially the captain put a bit of pressure on me there. And that's why I grew. And yeah, that camp leading up to the Olympics was, man, it was massive. Obviously, everyone being fit to play, everyone can make the team on every day. And yeah, that just shows the energy the guys come in with to training on a daily. Like everyone's got that mindset, wanting to get better, wanting to be the best in their position. So if you don't show up one day, like people from the outside can see it because everyone's on top of their game, and you don't show up, there's a big gap, you know. So yeah, camp in Joburg, eventually get selected for the team, and then from there onward, it was just like,
It's history.
yeah, it was kind of like, I felt like I was in a movie, you know.
Deja vu.
Yeah, it was like, I'm here.
Here we go.
Yeah, like,
Here we go.
we're online, like we're actually here. And then like midweek through it, you wake up and then like a different star enters the village, like some athlete or whatever, and then you're like, we're online, buddy. This is where we want to be. So you actually get that feel of kind of being among those stars, you know. And obviously when we took the stage, day one didn't go as planned. I think we had a fair chat with each other that night. Captain said something, coach said something, we went to bed. And then the next day, woke up, things started falling into place, and kind of pulled it together for bronze medal there. It was special to have the fiance there, or girlfriend at the time.
And obviously
My
your brother was there as
Yeah,
well.
it was
Very
special to have
special.
his little one and his wife there as well, yeah.
And obviously it was special for you. If you can recall that kick you kicked out of the corner, if I'm not mistaken, it was against New Zealand. It was in I don't know what game it was, but it was building up to.
I think that was our quarterfinal game, just in the first half. Funny if you run that clip back, and you see where the play starts from. If they get a line out just outside our 22, and I actually get trapped on the set piece, and then I try to make a tackle, like I think 7 meters out from our line, and I actually missed that tackle, but I think he thought I was going to get him, so he offloads, and he offloads to the wrong guy. And then I get up once the ball is passed to Sella, and I'm thinking, jeez, mate, if you can put this at the back, because it's just forwards in front of us. We've got the pace on these guys in front of us. And he bangs it, and I'm like, okay, let me just chill here behind, see what's happening. And he did some acrobatic slide there that he managed to be in the perfect position to pop it to me. So then I ended up dotting it. I tried going, I didn't. He blocked me off, so I couldn't go for the poles.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I kind of walked to the touch. I knew like I still had to take this kick. So took my time, dotted down, walked. I think that is my best kick so far in the sevens. Just looking at it, I think someone made an edit of it once in a painting, and they put the video in there of me kicking, and then someone commented on the picture, put it in the Louvre.
Nice. And how does it feel winning the Los Angeles Sevens with a Blitzbox?
Yeah, it was pretty special. Up until we didn't, or for me at least, I didn't know what it meant up until we kind of got told afterwards. Because with the new format, the final tournament's actually everything to play for. So initially when we won, we kind of like, yeah, we won the LA tournament, so that's another tournament we're bagging. I think afterwards we realized that we actually won the like World Series with a new format going on. So when it takes all at the end, so happy that happened to us. I think we were also in shock afterwards when we were told, but yeah, it was a special feeling lifting another trophy with a special group of guys. I think the first one in Cape Town was something you dream about, lifting trophies in front of the home crowd, and
Here we go.
especially that one was the first time in a long time, and we got to share the moments or the moments afterwards with our families, which was pretty special.
And then look at if we look at the 15s and obviously 7s. 15s, there's not much space, but I think if you were to get the opportunity to play 15s, right? I think there would be much more space in front of you now because obviously jy sien maar die kleinste gapens. So I think if you were to play 15s, is there a specific league you would love to play?
No, I haven't looked at 15s in a while, so I haven't been watching the leagues besides obviously the top 14. I'm watching my brother play. And yeah, I've been watching bit of the Stormers every time we're off. I get to watch a game there. Would be nice to maybe one day, when all goals are reached here at the Sevens, maybe go back to the Stormers and see if I can get a couple of caps there again.
Possible.
Double?
It's possible.
Double.
It's possible.
But yeah, at the moment, not thinking too much about 15s. Just enjoying the moment with the 7s. And yeah, hopefully I can reach another couple of milestones with the 7s, and if things go well, maybe end up in the 15s again sometime soon.
Tristan Leyds, talk about it. Then Leyds, in the camp of the Blitzboks, there's a lot of guys with diverse backgrounds, come out of diverse communities and households. So what's the vibe like in the Blitzbok camp?
Nah, we have an amazing vibe actually. Yeah, it's like every guy brings his bit of energy. We say different bucket chips. So,
Yes, ek soek 'n bakkie bigger next.
so whatever you bring to the table, obviously adds to the bigger picture, and we respect each other for who the person is. So yeah, we get along perfectly fine. But I must say our group has a really, like I mentioned it earlier, like there's certain guys that have like a big drive to be number one every day, fam. Like you can see it by the way they walk, the way they talk. Everything they do is just like to their standard that's been working for them. And that's like the younger guys kind of feed off that. I mean, I feed it off myself. I look at the seniors, and there's some things I kind of grab from them that I've seen they've added to their lifestyle and to their routine. Kind of chat to them and listen, does it work for you and whatnot, and they give me good advice. But yeah, our vibe in the team is good. I just think we must have more socials though.
The vibe is good.
Of course
Leyds
you
is
would say,
good. Here we go.
And then let's last question. I would, if you have, or let's put it this way, advice to the youth out there.
Something that's really like gotten to me in the past year or two, I'd say almost 3 years, 2 years, yeah. It's 18 months. Like you can work how hard, fam. Like you can put in the yards, and you thinking this is golden standard, but like your time is maybe you think it's next month, 2 months time, 3 months time, 6 months time. Like I always say, after Olympics, or yeah, let's just say when I made my debut, I kind of said to my fiance, like, he made me wait 18 months to give me this blessing. Like, you maybe never know like when your time's arriving or when when it is time to get that reward, other people maybe get that reward, you know? And you're kind of like, why didn't I get that? Why didn't I get that? But that's not in his plans. Like, he knows something. You don't have to know it. But when it gets to that point, when you get that reward, or when you get that big reward, you're like, I see why you made me wait.
Phew.
So for me, it's just patient.
Patience.
He's working behind the scenes, patient.
Patience.
So,
Wisdom.
Isaiah 60,
Amen.
verse 22. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it.
Work.
Guys, All Eight Family, episode 17, Tristan Leyds. Oh wait, Los Angeles champion, Strand Boykie, former UWC, Varsity Shield, Varsity Sevens, Varsity Cup, Western Province player, and now
And
a Stormer.
Yes, yes.
To be correct, soon a Springbok maybe.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Speak it into existence.
Amen.
Guys, and currently, a Blitzboks, one of a kind, Tristan Leyds, all the way van die wind by. As moet dit wind aan. As wind by in Afrikaans en wind by in English by.
Okay, let's go through the results of the weekend. Super Rugby results. Fiji drew losing to the Blues 34-5. Waratahs losing to the Reds 21-28.
That was a nail.
Yeah.
That was a nail biter.
Crusaders losing to the Chiefs surprisingly 19-35.
Quick one. Who I betted on here? Chiefs. Chiefs, man. Yes.
Okay, Force losing to the Brumbies 14-33.
Expected more.
Yeah. Then URC results, we have the Sharks that beat Ospreys 29-10.
think your Sharks is busy bouncing back, eh?
Bouncing back slowly but
Here we go.
surely. Blue Bulls beating Cardiff 45-21.
Easy.
Stormers obviously, and congrats to Damian Willems on his 100th cap, beating the Dragons 48-12. And the Lions surprisingly losing 19-32 at home against the Scarlets.
I think over eagerness cost them this game.
I think inconsistency. Inconsistency. Then we have the SA Cup. Greek was narrowly beating the Cheetahs 31-29.
It was tight.
Very tight. Poland beating EP 36-22.
Well done, Poland.
And then it was the Griffins beating the the Pumas beating the Griffins 50 points to 7. Tough.
Six-a-side cricket score. eh?
Yeah, tough.
Here we go.
Tough. And then if you look at the SA Cup people that qualified for the Curry Cup, we have obviously the Cheetahs, the Pumas.
I think this is a great one for the Cheetahs again because a month or two ago they was about to close the doors.
Yeah.
And what way of bouncing back.
100%.
Well done to Frans Steyn there.
100%.
Thanks for keeping your job, eh?
So big was Cheetahs as well as the Boland
Boland.
Cavaliers and the Ailing Pumas. And if you look at the fixtures for the SA Cup, we have obviously on the 16th of May, which is Friday, we have the Ailing Pumas versus Boland. And in Nelspruit, dinge gaat meer.
Difficult one. I think the fact that they already qualify, it doesn't care anymore if you're winning. But
I'll call the Pumas there on that one.
I will still back the Boland boys. That's Inland and that's Boland.
Suzuki Griquas versus Cheetahs and Kimberley. Griquas, yeah, 100%. If we look at the Super League A results, we have UCT beating Unimil 24-20. Falls Bay beating VDE 22 points to 20. Brackenfell losing out to Amies 38 points to 10. SK beating Kuils River 22 points to 0.
It's a shocking score, eh?
Very shocking, eh? Tigerberg losing out to Durbell 26 points to 44. UWC shocking Helderberg 24 points to 17.
Can we just spend 30 seconds on this one? We were losing against them 50 or something. And here's UWC picking our blood up. Here we go. The boykies is binne. Beat them.
And then Marty's first win of the season against the Lulu boys.
Sure.
10 points to 52.
Well
at
done,
Castro.
Martis.
Tough. And then we have some close games, big games in the Super League B. Violets losing out to Kraaifontein 35 points to 24.
Sure.
Belleville narrowly losing to Goodwood 32 points to 29.
That's a nail biter.
Bella beating Primrose 32 points to 30. And then Connect NTK beating Hamlet's 39 points to 7. Super League C, we have Atlantis narrowly beating Caledonian Rovers. Violets beating Strand 23 points to 5. All Saints losing out to Rangers 20 points to 19.
Sure.
And then lastly, your Scottsdene doing well in this campaign, 20 points to 18 against Busy Bees.
That does league remind me like my budget. It's very tight. Very tight, eh? It's a very tight league, bro. Really.
Very tight, very tight. And then we have the Super Rugby fixtures. We're just gonna touch on 2. Big game, Hurricanes versus Highlanders.
Arrogance.
Big game. I'll go Highlanders. Crusaders obviously playing against the Waratahs in Australia. Crusaders. And then lastly, Moana Pacifica versus the Blues.
Blues.
I'll go Moana Pacifica. And then URC fixtures, we have the Stormers versus Cardiff. I'll go Stormers.
Thomas.
Blue Bulls versus Dragons. I'll go Blue Bulls. Lions versus Ospreys.
Lions backs against the wall. So they have a point to prove.
I'll go Ospreys. And then Sharks versus Scarlets.
Sharks.
Sharks, definitely. And that's our Super Rugby, URC and SA Cup fixtures and results.
In a nutshell.
Here we go. Leggy, thanks once again for making this episode 17 a reality. I mean, we wanted you episode 3 already, episode 4, but obviously due to duties at the Blitzbox.
And good things take time.
But thanks for having me, guys. It was special to be on the show.
Hulle sê jy soos rooi wyn. Hy raak net beter en beter oor tyd. But really, we really appreciate you being on set, and hopefully we can have you again on set. Maybe chat a bietjie bol, like a fire pit in the middle, and you know, koffietjie van. Huh?
Hoe ken jy my? Kyk, hoe ken jy my? Huh? Jy net hou my net nat. Here we go.
Leggy, and then there's one question I wanted to ask. I know you are a coffee fanatic. What is your favorite cup of coffee?
Sure. Yeah, well, in the mornings I make Nescafe Gold.
Uh-huh.
That espresso one.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, obviously on the off days and the weekends, I have an espresso machine, so just pop a little pod in there.
Here we go. Talk about it. I like the way to talk. Maki, talk. That's episode 17, guys. We want you to do 3 things for us with Tristan Leyds in the building. I want you to like,
Share
and subscribe.